Right. Well, we'll kick off, and if there's any questions or anything at the end for those who join afterwards, we'll be doing a Q&A session. So if anyone misses the introduction, we're happy to revise the first part at the end. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ioana Dobre. I'm Evelyn Jones's Business Development Manager, and we'll be talking tonight about the opportunities to work as export official veterinarian and Abattoir official veterinarian for Europe's largest provider of official controls to the meat industry. I'm joined on the call by my colleagues, Sandra, Charles, Imogen, and Sophie. They'll be taking questions from you at the end. We all work in different departments, so hopefully if there's any questions from you, one of us will be able to answer. So we'll start with our presentation. If in the meantime you want to ask us anything, there is the option of chat or putting a question. These are visible to everyone, and we will be picking them up as we progress, and we will be answering them in the chat bar. At the end, when we finish the presentation, you have the option to unmute yourself and you can have a chat with us, and we look forward to meeting you. I'll let Charles give the introduction, please.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Ioana hides a light under a bushel. Ioana's a vet, and she's been with Evelyn Jones for a number of years now. She started off as a meat hygiene inspector, then became an official veterinarian in a plant. Did you become an AVM after that?
Yeah, so the process was meat hygiene inspector, official veterinarian in a slaughterhouse, area resource manager for the MHI and PIA team, area veterinary manager, head of exports / business development manager. So 5 roles in 4 years.
So Ioana has done pretty much every role in the business, and she knows everything there is to know about export certification as well. She works on advising the government through their DEFRA and APHA panels too, and chairs a number of meetings. So in regard to policy and certification, so you're in very good hands. If you've got any technical questions you want to challenge Ioana, then go for it at the end. But yes, so my name's Charles. I'm the CEO of Evelyn Jones. As Ioana said, we're the largest provider of official controls in Europe. We provide official controls to the Food Standards Agency. So that means we have meat hygiene inspectors and official veterinarians at every abattoir in England and Wales. And we provide meat hygiene inspectors to the abattoirs in Northern Ireland as well. So we are the sole provider of that work. In addition to that, so we have about 300 vets and about 350 meat inspectors that run that operation. In regard to the export certification, we are the biggest export certifier of products of animal origin in the UK. Our market share is around 25%. So about 25% of all export certification is undertaken by us. Our customers range from local ice cream and cheese producers up to global brand names. So we get some really interesting businesses that you can work in for export certification. We work in the UK's major ports and airports on import portal inspection certification. And again, we keep people safe and safeguard animal welfare in the abattoirs, and also ensure that the standard and quality of British meat and British meat products is at the highest level. So consumers around the world can trust what they eat if it comes from the UK, and our vets have a key role to play in that. So that's pretty much what we do. Ioana mentioned PIAs as well, so they're plant inspection assistants, so they work in poultry plants. But this webinar is really if you're a vet that either is or can be registered with the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons, and ideally already has the right to work in the UK or is able to get the right to work in the UK relatively quickly. So our purpose is quite simple, really. We ensure that food is safe to eat, and we ensure that producers comply with animal health and welfare standards. So we do that through the slaughterhouse work that we do, and also the animal health and welfare standards and the safety of food and certification of food through the export certification work facilitating international trade and the inspection of food and products of animal origin coming into the country. We are an amazingly diverse business. In the UK, UK vet school graduates do not typically work in veterinary public health. So our slaughterhouse and abattoir vets are all from a whole diverse range of backgrounds and countries. We have vets from every country in the European Union. We have vets from South America. We have vets from all over the place. Our meat hygiene inspectors, they come from all over Europe, South America, South Africa, Africa, North America, Australia, everywhere. So we are a family of diversity, and that is a massive strength to us. With our export certification work, again, we have a number of export vets that have migrated across from our abattoir work. But we also have a number of British trained vets that have come through the UK grad school system. And I think one of the things that we can offer is a very different experience than being stuck in clinical practice. I wouldn't say it's an easier job, but it's a different job. We can offer very flexible terms. So if you want to work full time, you can work full time. If you want to work part time with us, you can work part time. If you want to work flexibly at the hours that suit you and your family and your lifestyle, then we can accommodate that as well with a good salary and benefits package. But the other thing that we can really offer is you're going to be working for a business that really knows what it's doing, that's been around for 20, 25, 27 years, who is an absolute specialist in this area of work, working with some great people who really understand their subject and their topic, and you can learn and have that information imparted to you, which is something that not many other people can do. So when you're out working in the field, not literally the field, but in the UK, that's what we call working away from the office. When you're working in the abattoirs or in our customers' sites, you'll be supported by our head office team, which we call central support. So that's a team that's based up in Leeds in the north of England. And there we have our IT department, we have our finance and payroll department, we have our marketing department, we have our recruitment and people departments as well as our fleet and procurement. So we provide all of the support that you need, and then that is assisted through a regional management structure. So if you're an OV or an export vet, you'll have a team leader, and you can have career progression to team leadership if that's what you aspire to. And then you have various levels of management to provide technical and operational support to you. So that's what we do. That's why we're here, and that's what hopefully why you're here tonight, to learn a bit more about it. That's my bit done for now.
Thank you. Thank you, Charles. Yeah, I think it's important to stress the fact that we currently have one of the largest teams of exports vets, and we cover some of the biggest retailers and exporters in the country. Without naming names, I believe everyone knows, if you're already in the UK, the largest supermarket. So between our team of 16 official veterinarians and 20 CSOs, we've been delivering exports in the past 8 months into the European Union post-Brexit successfully, with excellent feedback from our customers and the government bodies. And I think it's important to note that our company, if you join us, you also get the professional training and the support of a team that has proper background experience and good feedback, which is excellent. So our opportunities to work throughout UK, we have customers across the entire country. Whether you want to come and join us in a particular area of the country because you're already settled there, you have your family, you have children going to school, your partner's working, or you come into the country or you're willing to see a different area and you want to work maybe somewhere down south or further north, we have customers based everywhere across the country. If you're not already registered with Royal College, our team in central support that Charles just mentioned will help guide you through the process and also support you with paying the fees. The only thing that you would need if you're not already in the country and already registered is you'll need a degree from an accredited university, EAVA, an English IELTS 11.7 if your degree is from overseas, a full driving license, and to complete an online EOV course, which we will be supporting you with. If your English IELTS 11.7 is not achievable right now, and maybe you need to work on it for another year, we also have the opportunity for you to work as an abattoir official veterinarian, and the requirement for language is IELTS 5. So in the meantime, you could join our team, gain some experience, get the support from our field staff, and work as an abattoir official veterinarian, retake the IELTS 7, and join the exports team. Did I say that right, Charles?
Yes, one thing to add is that if you are not IELTS level 7 and you want to work as a vet in the UK, we are the only organisation that you can work with as a vet in the UK through the agreement that we have with the Royal College through this temporary registration. So you'd work as an abattoir vet with the other three odd hundred vets that we've got there. But also we'll support you in your English development to get you from that level 5 up to level 7. So we have a partnership with local English schools that provide online learning, so online classrooms that will get you up to that level 7 standard. And once you achieve that level standard, you can stay as an abattoir vet with us, an OV. You can move up into sort of management opportunities within that structure, or as Joanna said, you can move across into either export or portal work as well.
So in terms of training and development, we have a department dedicated for your professional development. And once you join us as a new starter, we provide a full induction covering everything that you need to know about working with us. We provide a full technical and practical training with the support of a field colleague on the site where you will be working to get the actual feel of the experience and start working with the supervision of a senior colleague. We have dedicated support manager that will be accompanying at all times and giving you all the guidance that you need. And also we have technical colleagues that are there just to give technical guidance, because we work on a 24/7 schedule. Some of our colleagues are doing exports during the night, some of them are working over the weekends. We've got a designated team working out of hours just to provide the technical support that our field colleagues need. Our central support team is absolutely amazing in providing full well-being support, and the training department offers continued development through our learning and development. We have online courses on our e-learning constantly. Our development team is coming up with new courses, so we're always trying to support our team to learn new things and progress. And of course, we have the fantastic career progressions, and I'm a bit of an example here into climbing up different opportunities in these years that I've been working with the company. So management pathways and across different sectors of our business, from abattoir to exports to portal, and also management, technical support as well. We've got our technical managers who are absolutely brilliant. So plenty of opportunities here depending on the type of career pathway that you decide to take. As we said, we have two different type of employment opportunities. An export contract for an official veterinarian would mean that you would be responsible for completing export health certificates. This means you would be inspecting export vehicles, trailers, containers that take goods outside of the country. These are sometimes finished goods, sometimes they're hanging exposed carcasses, sometimes they're frozen products, chilled that have a short shelf life and need to be transported immediately. So we have a different range of customers, from small producers, like Charles was saying earlier, a small cheese producer that has an export once per month, and you visit them and you see a small factory run business, to customers such as the biggest retailer in the country moving products into Republic of Ireland, for example. So you inspect the vehicles, you would inspect the products that are going to be exported, integrity of the packaging, the labeling in accordance with the requirements of the European legislation. In order for you to sign the export health certificate, which is the final and most important document, you would be doing an audit verification, and we do compliance checks of our customers on a regular basis. So there is scope for you, for example, if you're interested in this part of work in HACCP and European regulations, uh, that's the difference between working in a practice. This is completely opposite to what most of our colleagues are used to seeing. The audits are quite part of our jobs. We obviously take photographic evidence of the export process because in case there is an audit or a product recall, if there are any issues with the consignment, we always need to have proof of the work that we've carried out. We send the appropriate documents to our customers in the agreed timescale because we work on different timescales. Some of our customers, for example, send their products to Northern Ireland, and that means a turnover called just in time. So the product gets loaded this evening at 10 p.m. and it's already by 7 a.m. the next morning in Northern Ireland in the retailer shelves. So everything is quite fast. Or you might have a customer that sends a container by vessel to USA, and you have 3 weeks time to do to finish the documentation and provide it to the customer. So different types of work there. A very important aspect of the export veterinarian job role, job description, is the relationship with all the stakeholders. You will be engaging with different type of people on a multitude of working levels. You would be engaging with workers that bring the pallets out from the warehouse that have a minimum skills, and you need to have good communication with them to work together. You will be engaging with hauliers, depot workers that provide to you the documentation, but as well management from retailers, our customers, the exporters, that we always work with them to give our feedback and improve the process, because the exporting process is a live process. The legislation is constantly changing, and you always need to be engaged with the exporter to provide them the updates that we see from the Animal Plant Health Agency, to keep them up to date with the European legislation changes. So it's constant learning for all the stakeholders involved, and you need to build a relationship with everyone. A different employment opportunity is the official veterinarian under the FSA contract, where you would be working as an official veterinarian in abattoirs. The job would entitle that you would carry out antemortem inspections to the live animals. These are brought from the farm into the abattoir. Before the slaughter, we need to carry out antemortem checks, check their physiological parameters, the welfare, the overall state, and approve the slaughter of the animals, or if necessary, emergency slaughters. We carry out welfare checks during the slaughter of the animals to ensure that everything is done in a humane manner in accordance with the requirements. The hygiene conditions of the process, we check the hygiene from the moment that the animal has arrived in the abattoir up to the moment that the final product, whether it's a gammon or a carcass, leaves the premises where we're working. We carry out checks on animal byproducts, and this is always the implication is not always understood. The byproducts can always end up in a fraudulent manner, in a different category that you would want and use, not as should be in accordance with the legislation. So we do carry out checks on byproducts and whatever is obtained after the slaughter, which is not necessarily the meat going onto the shelves that you're used to. It could be byproducts going for pet food, or it could be hides going for export to get the nice leather jackets in China. So we carry these checks as well. And as an official veterinarian under the FSA contract, part of your responsibility would be to be a technical lead to the meat hygiene inspectors working on site. So you would be responsible from a technical point of view for the team working with you, which are meat hygiene inspectors carrying out physical checks on the product, on the production line, and you would be again providing to them the current legislation updates, providing them the guidance, checking their performance, and supporting them from a technical point of view, not a line manager. So the supervision of the meat hygiene inspectors, I think is a very interesting step, a mini technical manager, I would say.
Oh, I like this one. just to make sure everyone's aware who's on the call, we've got Sandra and Imogen, who Joanna mentioned earlier on. They are part of our recruitment team, so they are some of our recruiters. So I think they will be reaching out to you guys over the coming couple of days, just to follow up with any questions that you might have after today. And if you're interested in coming to work for us, they'll be able to take those inquiries forward with you, and hopefully we'll be able to welcome you into the business very soon. So the benefits of working for us is we provide an excellent salary. If you want to, you can have a company car. If you don't want a company car, there's an allowance you can have instead. We pay your Royal College subscriptions. We have a well-being team that look after your mental welfare and your well-being, to provide support to you for both during working hours and outside of working hours. That is, we have a team of people within the business, but also we have a confidential helpline that we subscribe to as well. And that also helps with if you've got issues on finance or any other kind of thing, legal issues, you can phone them up and have a confidential chat with them, which some people really feel assured by. We put personal accident insurance in place for you, so if you have an accident at home, at work, on your way to work, then there's some financial cover for you there. We have this system called, this product called Perk Box, which is great. At the first of the month, they let you know that you've got a free coffee from Cafe Nero, or a free sausage roll or vegan sausage roll from Greg's and things like that. You have free movie downloads, but you have a variety of discount vouchers that you can claim as well, from anything from Tesco and Marks and Spencer's to wine orders and beer and nights out and all that kind of stuff, and holiday vouchers. So that's really handy. Career progression, as we talked about earlier, because we've got probably around 900 people working in the business. We have loads of opportunities for career progression. If you're happy to come in and be a vet and stay as a vet, and there we go, which we have people here for 20 years that have come in as a vet and stayed as a vet, perfect, absolutely fine. If you aspire to manage a team, if you aspire to be a technical manager, then we've got plenty of opportunities for that. If you want to be the CEO of the business, then you can be the CEO of the business. You can be anything you want here, and it's all based on ability, skill, and desire. We also have a values-driven reward and recognition system. So we reward people not necessarily on how long they've been with the business, but we reward people based on their behaviors and their values, what they do, how they behave, how they support each other, how you want to learn and develop yourself. So you really do get out what you put in to the role working with Evelyn Jones. We also do something really interesting. So you get to work with big global brands. So you could come in, and if you think, actually, I don't want to be an export vet for a specific customer, I'd quite like to float around. I can happily drive. I'm happy to travel, and therefore I could say, well, one week I'm going to be in a small ice cream manufacturer or cheese exporter or whatever, and then the next week I'm going to help out in one of our big international brands. So you get to see interesting people, you get to see how businesses operate, which you don't get if you're in clinical practice. But also you have that warm feeling in the back of your mind that what you do is protecting people, is making sure that if they eat a product, that it's not going to make them ill. And also you're championing the British products as well. So you're making sure you're putting that flag in that steak or that pizza when it gets sent overseas, to say, right, you can eat this with confidence and with pride that it's a quality product. One thing that I'm really proud of is the culture that we have in this business. We've been undertaking export certification work for many years, portal inspection for many years, and official controls in abattoirs for well over 20 years now. We have a culture that's based on our people and the diversity of our people, and I think that's brilliant. We have little teams of people. We have nights out. We have summer barbecues. Well, when COVID buggers off, we have summer barbecues and things as well. So we're trying to instill a culture that really sort of wraps you up, especially because so many of our people are not from the UK, that really we're a home from home for you. Technical development, again, something you get here that you don't get anywhere else. Because we've got 800 or 900 vets and professionals working for us, we've got an enormous amount of knowledge and experience. and our people are more than happy to share that with you. In fact, it helps them if they share that knowledge with you, because it makes you the best you can be. So therefore, if you come and work with us, I really encourage you just to learn, to absorb everything that goes around you and become an incredibly competent technical and operational veterinarian with us. And I'm sure, as Joanna will agree, we have great managers in the business as well. So your managers are going to be there to support you, to guide you, again, to if you've got any problems or issues, they'll help you. They'll motivate you. Well, hopefully they'll motivate you, and again, they'll make you the best you can be. And if you've got any problems, then Sophie is our director of people, so she's in charge of learning and development. She's in charge of recruitment and HR. So she'll make sure that you're looked after within the business. So as an all-round package, I think our size and flexibility and the diversity of the offering that we can give, I think, is second to none if you want a career in the UK, or you're in the UK and you want to change your veterinary career and do something a little bit different. But you'll be a key worker as well. So our vets have key worker status. So if you work in an abattoir, you're looking after animal welfare, you're making sure people are kept safe, and when they eat food, it doesn't make them ill, and it's a quality product. So we keep the country going, and we fly the flag for British exports. So you can work for us and have a great deal of pride in what you're doing and how that impacts wider society. Cool, thank you.
Our favorite picture. So I was trying to add up and see exactly how many years of experience are between the people in this team, but surely it has to be something more than 50, 60 years. I think something like that. So speaking of diversity, I think one important thing is, at least the way that I came in this country, is we came as a group one by one. The first colleague in my university year came and he said, "This is amazing. You guys need to come and try this out. It's a great experience." And then the next one came, and then the next one came. And I think it's currently 3 of us from the same university year are in the NMT, in the national management team. And apart from that, there's 5 more from the same university year, part of Evelyn Jones. And we just came one by one, word of mouth. This is amazing. Come join this team. And when I joined, I was thinking, oh gosh, what am I gonna do? New country. I came with children. I had no idea how this is going to be. And Evelyn Jones took me in, and then some of the people in the picture in there supported me fantastically along this career progression. And I think it's important to stress that out, that we are kind of a family, and we build relationships over years, and we're supporting each other. In this picture, it was taken a couple of months ago, doing a trial for one of the supermarkets, preparing for their exports. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nationalities in the picture, and staff ranging from central support to national management team, CSOs, OVs, MHIs. And I think it's really important for people to know that we do support each other. And we're across the country, but even though we're across the country, we still keep this connection. And with all the COVID and Teams, it's actually brought us more together, and we talk more now than we would talk before COVID times. And our team is used to using this fantastic tool that is called Microsoft Teams, and you'll just see a message ping and a video call, and everyone will just come for support, and there is always support here to offer. So I'm really proud to say that our team is like a family. So please do come and work for us.
So Joanna, looking at this, we've got you on the left from Romania. We've got Patrick. Yeah. Where's Patrick from?
Slovakia.
Slovakia. We've got Mario from Italy.
Spain.
We've got Juan from Spain. We've got Duncan from Yorkshire in England. We've got Andreu. He's from Uruguay, is he? Andreu?
Andrei is my university colleague.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And we've got Georgios from Greece. So it's a great diverse group.
And it makes such a difference, because we all found the same passion, and there is a lot of passion for those of us who work in this company. We enjoy it. We enjoy the constant learning. Exports are a challenge, but they're a pleasant challenge now with the constant changes happening. We really take pleasure in what we're doing, and the development is continuous. So, Sandra, I'll leave this one for you, please.
Okay, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be a part of this webinar and to be with all of you. Me and Imogen, we are part of the recruitment team, and we will be more than happy to guide you through all the recruitment process and to provide you with all the information that you require regarding your application. So what will happen next? We will contact you within the next 24 hours. So if you have provided a phone number, so we'll probably give you a call, as it will be quicker and easier. If not, we will contact you through the email, and we will try to arrange a suitable time to discuss the role in detail with you. We can do it through a video call, an interview. It will take around 30 minutes, 20-30 minutes, so that we can provide you with all the information. We will also give you all the required information regarding the recruitment process, and we will be able to answer all your questions. We are here to help you through every step of the way, and look forward to welcome you to our team. And that's it.
Thank you, Sandra. Our recruitment team has been doing a fantastic job, and I'm sure that you'll have a good time having a chat with them. They can also update you if we haven't spoken about any job descriptions. We also provide them support if you want to discuss further about the details on how a daily duty is carried out. You can have a chat with one of our field colleagues who can explain to you. You can also go if you're interested to see how the process is. Some of our colleagues before joining wanted to see what the job actually is. So they joined us on the field, had a day's experience, and obviously then they were happy to join. So we have the chat option here if you're microphone shy. What we're going to do now is we're going to unmute, give everyone the opportunity to unmute, and if you want to ask a question directly, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question. If you're microphone shy, you can put your question in the chat bar, and we can then raise it and discuss it with everyone. Would everyone like to ask us any questions? I can see here a name that I saw last time as well, and I cannot not say hello to Justine. Looking forward to speaking with you soon, and hopefully having you join the team again.
I'm here. Hello.
Hiya.
Yeah, really nice presentation. I don't know if you can see me.
No, we cannot, but we can hear you very well.
Okay. Really nice presentation. A thumbs up to the presenters. And your brand is really commendable, the reputation you guys have built. But I must ask, what next after the webinar?
So what are the next steps after the webinar is that if you've provided a phone number, our colleagues from recruitment, Sandra or Imogen, will be calling you directly. If you haven't provided a phone number, they'll be contacting you by email. Afterwards, you can arrange with them an interview. You can have a meeting by video and discuss with them the process depending on your situation. So are you in UK right now, Peter?
How do I feel?
If you are in England right now.
No, I'm in Nigeria.
You're in Nigeria. So Sandra will pick that up via email and arrange a discussion with you and explain to you the whole process, because it's different depending on the country where you are for each of us.
Okay. But how do I get to send my phone number?
When you registered, you completed a form with your details. Sandra, we have all the email addresses, correct?
Yes, we have a list of the candidates that are attending the webinar.
So Peter, Sandra will be contacting you by email if you haven't provided already your phone number. I hope that answers the question. There is a question here. Is
the B grade? It's probably the English level. because the English levels are divided in A, B, C. What is exactly the question?
I think, is it okay to work with B grade English level?
The B grade, as long as you reach a level 5 band in the English exam, and this means that level 5 has to be reached in all the capacities, so in listening, speaking, writing, and reading. So this is the minimum for you to start working with us and registered with RCVS. But please note that this will be only temporarily registration, because within a year you will have to develop your English skills, so upgrade them and do the level 7 exam so that you can have a full registration with RCVS.
For anybody that's already a member of the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons, you don't have to worry about any English exams or any of that kind of business. Not to become an OV with us. If you don't have pre-settled status and you don't have the right to the work in the UK, you'll have to get a visa. So if you're a member of the Royal College, or you were but your membership lacks, that can be reenacted. But if you need a visa, you'll need to reach a level of English to get your skilled work visa. If you're already resident in the UK or have the right to work in the UK, or pre-settled status, or you're a resident and you're a member of the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons, you can come in without any issue at all. You can join us tomorrow if you want to. It's just if you're outside of the EAEVA approved schools, which are mainly European Union vet schools, then you might not be able to become a vet with us because the Royal College might not recognise you. Or if you are, but you're not pre-settled status, you'll have to get a visa. And we pay for the visas, and we pay for the Royal College registration, so we can deal with all of that.
If you have any questions about how the induction is done, how the training is carried out, if you're interested to visit one of our sites and meet one of our field colleagues across the country, surely there has to be a site close to where you live, where you can go in and have a field experience of the day. And why not, maybe if you haven't had the chance before to work in exports, you can get a full detail on how the job is carried out, and I promise you it's very interesting and definitely less stressful than working in a practice. And I know that from experience, because I moved to this sector after working in a practice for 2 years. So I chose the legislation and the official controls over the small pets. That doesn't mean I stopped working with small animals. I still get to interact with them every now and then in our community clinics. But yeah, the official controls and the fact that you know that you're there to protect the public health, for me, was definitely more attractive. There you go. A question popped up. Can you please give any idea when you will start recruitment from red list countries like Pakistan? Sandra, that one's for you.
This is a very complicated question because, as you can imagine, we can't predict how the COVID pandemic is going to develop. And there has been a massive impact in all the businesses all over the world. So we can't. We will have to assess this situation by the end of the year, also with the business needs, and then we will be able to have a full insight of the whole situation that has caught us all, you know, by surprise in these last 2 years, and it has been really particularly difficult for all the businesses to, you know, to keep on doing and keep on working and operating in the best interest of people and the business. So by the end of the year, we will try to give you an update on that.
If I can, just to expand on that a little. Currently, if you're eligible to work for us as an official veterinarian, which means that either you've come through a UK veterinary school or you've come from most of the European veterinary schools, then currently we've got some Turkish vets that are joining us. They're from red list countries, so with those we are able to recruit them at the moment as red list countries. But if you're a meat inspector, so you're not able to join us as a vet, then we're only currently taking new applicants from amber list or green list countries.
Yeah.
But as Sandra said, that may well change when the world opens up a little bit more. But at the moment, we're not taking red list countries recruits for meat hygiene inspector roles.
Yes, because we ourselves as a company, we had to redesign strategies, we had to rethink about things, and we also had to take decisions in order to protect the business and move on with all this.
There is a similar question from Bhavana about recruitment from India, which is a red list country.
I believe Bhavana is one of our MHIs that are in our list. What I can promise is that as soon as the situation is stable, we will reassess and we will prioritize the candidates that have been providing us with the documents and with all the process. Okay, that's what we will do. We have those candidates in the lists. We are not forgetting that. We have them, and as soon as things are stable, then of course, and according to our business needs, we will proceed with the recruitment.
Thank you, Sandra. Sarah, can you please unmute Salih? He has his hand raised. He wants to ask us a question. Salih Sevim.
Salih Sevim is still a student. He's already in contact with us. It's just to inform that even if you are students, you can get in touch with us. We can provide you with all the information so that you can start preparing all the process. And this is Salih's case. He's a student. He had an interview with me, and very close to the date of he's finishing his degree, we will speak again to finish all the process. Can you see his question?
No, he had his hand raised, but it looks like he cannot unmute himself. So maybe Sarah, keep trying to unmute and allow the attendees. If you can unmute the attendees, that would be great. There is a question about I had to take the IELTS in one sitting or clubbing the result. I'm not sure how to interpret that question. I don't know how many sittings there are for IELTS.
Could you say it again, Joanna?
Hello.
I think what they're asking is,
sorry,
do you do the exam all together?
Yeah, we can hear you now, Salih. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for the webinar. I'm Salih. I'm studying at the Istanbul University Faculty of Veterinarian. I want to ask something. Will you give us a place to stay when we start work, or will we have to adjust?
May I?
Yes, please, Sarah. The accommodation.
Salih, I believe we spoke previously in the interview. So when our workers, our candidates arrive in the UK, we normally pay for the first 10 days for the accommodation, okay? And then from that moment on, we give candidate support in order for them to find their own permanent accommodation. Please note that the salary will be paid from the day you start your induction in the office. So this means that even while you're doing your learning course, you will be earning your salary. Of course, you will only get the salary after 1 month. And because we understand that at the beginning, it might not be easy to have some amount of money available to pay for accommodation, especially because in UK, if you want to rent a place, you will always have to pay for a deposit and 1 or 2 months of rent in advance. The company is willing to provide a salary advance that will help all the candidates in facing the initial expenses with accommodation. This is optional, of course, but if you need this help, it will be available for you, as well as all the support in terms of the central support team regarding sites for looking for accommodations, rentals, etc.
With the induction, Sally, part of that will be probably nearly a whole day about life in the UK. So how to adjust to life in the UK, the funny things that British people tend to do, their sayings and dialects. We'll work with you. So by the time you finish your induction, we'll have set you up with a UK bank account. We would have given you would have had a driving assessment, and we'll be giving you a company car. We'll look after you in terms of this is where you're going to be located. You can request if there's a part of the country that you would ideally like to be in. You can request that. We can't guarantee that, but we'll do what we can to place you there. We've got quite a few Turkish vets that have joined us recently, and we think we'll have quite a few more Turkish vets joining us. So if you know any of those or want to be in an area where there are other similar Turkish vets, then we can do our very best to accommodate that as well. So when you leave, you should have a full understanding of where you're going, what you're going to be doing, who you're going to be meeting and working with, where all this is happening. You will be safe in the knowledge that you've got a bank account set up. You'll know how to register with a local doctor and that kind of stuff, and you'll understand what life is like in the UK. So we provide a pretty good support system to you through your induction. And as Sandra said, at the moment, if you need to go into a quarantine hotel, we will pay for that. And then when you come to the Leeds office, then you'll be fully out of quarantine. You'll have a day with us in Leeds where you get your car and your equipment and everything else, and off you go. If you don't need to go into a quarantine hotel, you'll have your first of 3 or 4 days induction in the Leeds office in Yorkshire. We'll pay for your accommodation then, and we'll pay for some accommodation when you get to where you're going to be, and we'll help you find permanent accommodation as well. It won't be you're off somewhere, there you go, try and find somewhere to live. We'll help you and support you finding somewhere to live. And it may well be that you share a house with some other vets or other people that you're going to be working with as well. A lot of our people do that. Yeah. I hope that helps.
Thank you both. Can we go back to the IELTS question? So the question is, I had to take the IELTS in one sitting or clubbing the result?
I can't understand the question, Joanna.
The question is, do you do the exam in one sitting? So do you do the listening, the reading, the writing in one go, or is it 1 week you do the listening, another week you do the writing?
I believe it depends on the center. So this has to be arranged with the centers. I believe some centers may do everything in a row, in a go, and some centers may have, I don't know, the speaking in a separate. So I would advise you to contact the centers. Also regarding the IELTS exams, please, before booking any exam, make sure you speak to our recruitment team, because there are many candidates doing the wrong IELTS exams. If you are outside the UK, you will need also this exam for visa purpose. And this means that you will have to do a UK VI IELTS academic, okay, to be able to register with RCVS and to be able to require a visa. So please do not book or do any English exams before you speak directly to us and have our advice, because many candidates have done this and then they have to repeat the exam.
But we'll guide you through the visa process. We'll help and support you through that. We'll guide you through the English process and help and support you through that. We've got a guy in the Leeds office that all he does is register people with the Royal College, get people their visas, sort out English assessments for them. That's his job. And yeah, so you'll probably meet him if you start with us.
Yeah, I would just like to emphasize that in case you do the IELTS academic and you just reach level 5, right, in all the capacities, as Charles mentioned at the beginning, we have a Facebook group. We have an expert on IELTS, a teacher that will guide you and we will help you to prepare through several sessions for the exam, so that you can develop your English skills and upgrade your English to level 7. It has worked with some of our official veterinarians, and we're very happy for that. Because they really appreciate the sessions with our teacher Sheena. So we are more than happy to be able to provide you with this support. And of course, if you come to work with us as official veterinarians, even if you are with level 5, you are in a situation of linguistic immersion. So it's the best situation for you to develop your skills, to learn more, and you will be able to do the exam with a better preparation.
Yeah, thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Charles. I hope that answered the question. Definitely it has. Right, there's a question in the chat from Bright, who has a bachelor degree but not from a veterinary background. Fortunately, especially if you're not in the country. Sandra, I'll let you answer that.
I think Imogen can answer this.
Yeah, but sadly, Bright is from Ghana.
If you're in Ghana, unfortunately, I think with the visa sort of restrictions we've got, if you're not a veterinarian, I think at the moment we're fairly limited in what we can do. By all means, pop your CV over and we'll have a look and see if there's anything we can do. But I think at the moment the international recruitment is solely based for veterinarians, if that's the question that answers that. But if you are based in the UK and have the right to work in the UK, by all means, again, pop me a CV and we'll see what we can do. Because obviously we've got other roles that aren't necessarily veterinarians. We've got the PIAs and we've got the CSOs as well, which is a new role which we can talk you through as well. So if you've got the right to work in the UK, there's definitely other options as well.
Thank you, Imogen.
Okay, I believe I'm being heard now.
We can hear you, yes.
Yeah, okay, thanks for the presentation and the feedback. Yeah, I actually, the last time I contacted, I was told that the overseas application is actually on hold. So I believe maybe with all the presentation we've had now and the assurance that we'll be contacted, I think Peter asked similar questions regarding what I wanted to ask. So I wanted to just know that, okay, what next after the webinar? How is the process going to be? How we are going to be reached for follow-up? That's just what I wanted to ask, because the last I contacted, it was like the overseas applications are actually, recruitment are actually on hold.
Yes. Sorry, which country are you from?
Nigeria.
Okay, so as it has already been said, if you are from Nigeria or Ghana, there are several countries which the degrees are not recognized by RCVS. So this means that these veterinarians, unfortunately, can work as the only position we could possibly hire you is for MHI inspector. As we might have informed you in the email, our currently overseas recruitment is on hold because we had many applications for these positions, and also due to COVID, we had to redesign our strategies. So if we inform that it is on hold until further notice, at least until the end of the year, when we might have a better insight of what is going to happen with the COVID situation, we can also have you know, a fresh look into our business needs, and then when we'll restart the recruitment process, we will surely contact you, because we have been collecting all the CVs, so they are not forgotten. But unfortunately, we can't take anyone else more at the moment.
We can only take vets at the moment, vets that can register with the Royal College.
Yes.
And therefore you can join us as an export vet or an official veterinarian working in abattoirs. If your degree is not recognised, then you can only join as a meat inspector. And it's been amazing the number of applications. We've had over 300 applications, so we've filled all
more than amazing. More than amazing. But it has been difficult, and I do apologize if some of you were not replied, let's say, as fast as we normally do, but it has been humanly impossible with the high volume of applications we had, especially for the meat hygiene roles. And we do thank you for your preference, for your interest in working with us. And in due time, and let's hope that COVID will allow us to have better days, we will be able to get in touch with you and proceed with all the recruitment process.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Charles. I guess we've answered the question. Great. There's a new one. Should I wait until travel restrictions become easy for red list countries, as I'm fully committed to work as MHI? Please don't forget me, Sandra, in the future. This is a message from Zia.
It's a message from
Zia. I'll pass
I
to
won't
you
forget you, Zia, as I informed. The candidates that are on our list will be our priority. We are aware that many people have been really committed to the process, preparing documents. We are fully aware, and believe me that this was a very tough decision we had to make, but it's very complicated for the business. We can't be waiting because we need to plan, right? So if we cannot plan arrivals from our candidates, it's impossible to plan the modus operandi of the business. So don't worry, we will keep you on the loop.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. I guess if anyone has any questions that they can't think of right now, or if we haven't given any further details, you can always pop an email to recruitment@enj.co.uk, and I put the email address for everyone to see it. If there's no other questions from anyone, it was lovely meeting you. Hopefully we get to meet you face to face. Thank you for the webinar. Have a nice evening, says Salih. Thank you, Salih. Look forward to seeing you. And again, if you're interested in any details about the job, if you're already in the UK and you have no idea what an exporting vet does, please get in touch with us. I'm more than happy to meet you on a site. We can have a one-to-one experience and get the feel of a day in the life of an exporting vet. Just by talking, I know it doesn't, you don't get the actual image. So if you're interested in that and you have a half a day off, happy to meet you and show you around an export site, and hopefully that will make it a bit more clear. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Imogen and Sandra. In the background, we had Sarah and Richard helping us. Thank you to them as well. Lovely meeting everyone, and looking forward to seeing you in Leeds.